Hey everybody, so here's my first video of me doing my makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist at all. I just like playing around with makeup, and a few of you were interested in seeing how I do it. So today I'm just going to do my makeup. I do have a bunch of new products that I got through my different beauty boxes that I subscribe to. So I'm going to be trying a lot of stuff for the first time, so it may turn out or it may be horrible, so we'll see. I also have my cats just wandering around, so at some point they may get in the way and might have to lock them away for the rest of the video, so we'll see how that goes too. All right, so I'm gonna start off. I didn't do a really heavy moisturizer before I started, just a light one. I have kind of combination oily skin, so I don't like to add too much. Plus the primer that I'm using is supposed to be moisturizing as well, so we'll see how that goes. So when I do my makeup, I start with my eyes first. And the reason I do that is that if there's any fallout underneath, I have a blank face that I can just clean it off. It also is nice if I try a look and I'm going, this is horrible, I can start over and I'm not ruining the rest of my makeup. So that's what I do to start. So one of the, I do my eyes different ways all the time, but one thing I like to do is like that really like sharp contrast where it's like the eyeshadow and then not eyeshadow. And trick for that is using these cool things by e.l.f. and they're line and define eye tape. And e.l.f. is awesome because their products are really inexpensive, but they're pretty good. So they come in these sheets. Here comes Bucky. He's probably gonna be in the video. Hi. They come in these sheets like this, and it's this big long strip, which I don't use the whole strip. I just use it as sort of a template. So I cut them in half, and so they're like this, and then I just use half of one. So they're already, I think, like $1 or $2 per package for 40 strips. So you actually would get 80 if you cut them in half. Math, yay. So I really like these guys. I have used, oh, there's Bucky. I knew we were gonna get a cat meow. We'll see how well that goes the rest of the time. I'm having trouble putting these back. You gonna say hi? So what I do is, hi honey, you need to go. You need to go, sweetie. Can you go do something? Do something and do some cat stuff. That's not here. Here we go. All right. I knew that was gonna happen. With these guys, so when I put them on, I kind of start at the bottom here, and then I kind of follow the trajectory of where my bottom eyelid is going to kind of like continue that shape. So I kind of do that, if that makes sense. You can also do it a little like lower if you want. It doesn't really matter, but it kind of keeps the eye shape natural. He's back, by the way. You can't have these. Okay. We may have to lock him away. Honey, here, go sit on my shoulder. All right. And I don't really like press them down till I've got where I want them to be. All right, let's see. And I kind of see if they're even. This one is not, so we're gonna kind of play around with that a little bit. All right, I don't feel like that's even still. I don't know why. Bucky. Okay, I think that looks kind of even. Let's see. Close enough. All right, so I'm going to push these down a little bit, and that's that step. All right, so then my next product that I like to use for a primer, for an eye primer, is the NYX Jumbo Eye Crayon in Milk. It's just a white, big crayon kind of thing, but it's tacky enough that the eyeshadow will stick to it. And I like that it's white because it makes bright colors really pop. So I am gonna just add this to my eyelid. I just kind of dab and I cover a good chunk of my eyelid, but then I go in with my finger and kind of blend it out. Because I don't want it to be like, you know, stark white all the way up to my eyebrow, because I kind of fade everything out. There we go. You can't have my beauty blender, mister. And you'll probably hear people saying, don't use your fingers for makeup. I use my fingers for my makeup all the time. You just have to make sure that they're clean. You don't want to use disgusting, dirty hands on your face, but they make really great tools and I use them all the time. All right. So this cute little mirror I got is from ColourPop, and it's got the child grows on it. So I'm gonna keep using that because using just my camera as a mirror is leaving some to be desired here. Okay. Bless you, Bucky. So that is my primer. And so now we're gonna go on to the fun part, which is the eyeshadow. And I'm gonna use a couple different palettes, I think, today. First one is the Ace Beauty Slice of Paradise palette. I love Ace Beauty eyeshadows so much. I got them in I got one palette in one of my beauty boxes, and I fell in love with the formula, and then I kept seeing their palettes, and they're like so pretty. So this one is basically like rainbow. It's so pretty. I love it. So I haven't really, I don't know if I've used this one yet. Oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna use that one, and then I haven't decided if I'm gonna break into this one or not. But there is the ColourPop Fade into Hue palette, which is another rainbow palette. Very cool. But there's some shimmers and glitters and stuff in here, so that's kind of fun to play with. So I'm just gonna have that sitting out in case I decide to use it. So I'm gonna do kind of a, I don't know, sort of a ombre, rainbowy, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play with some purples and some pinks and maybe some blues, and see how that goes. Bucky, please don't move this, honey. I love you. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna do, I think I'm gonna do some pink on the very inside. So I'm gonna use just a normal eyeshadow brush. And so the thing is, because this is so sticky, you wanna start by tapping. And tapping is gonna kind of get the pigment really stuck to that primer, and it's gonna look kind of chunky and weird at first because it's gonna be very blocky, I guess. So I'm just gonna do that, kind of build this up a little bit, and then do the same on this one. Try not to block what I'm doing with my mirror. We'll see. Bucky's knocking things off of the shelves. I'm so glad that he's helping. Yeah, you're a buddy, aren't you? Okay, so another thing that I run into, and you probably don't notice this, but I do, this eyelid is a little bit droopier than the other, and having hooded eyelids kind of adds an extra challenge for eyeshadow looks, but I work with it. So I'm not getting plastic surgery. Nope. All right, so I've kind of got that down. I kind of like that pink. I think I might go to, I don't know if this is gonna be a mistake. We're gonna go to the blue, I think. Maybe. Do I want to go to blue? Or do I feel like that is gonna, those blues are pretty, well, they're pretty, pretty vivid, so I might not. I might just go to purple. So there's this, sorry for being sniffly, allergies. There's this kind of lavender color that I might kind of transition into the purple. So let's try that and see how that looks. Okay, it looks a lot pinker. And you can't even really tell on the camera. A little bit pinker than I thought it would be, but that's okay. I'm using a different brush, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that I was switching. I use a different brush for every color. Okay, that's fine. It's what it is. So, do I like that kind of purpley color? I don't know. We're gonna kind of blend it out a little bit. Just kind of build that base up. I'm not going all the way up to my eyebrow, just sort of fading it. All right. It's kind of pretty. All right, so let's do some purple. New brush. All right, there's this really pretty kind of darker purple on here. Let's see how dark this really is. I'm gonna kind of go along where the tape is and just sort of work my way. To my eyelid here. Sort of blend that out. And that's kind of starting that ombre look. It's sometimes hard to tell where it's going to be with the tape here. You know, like when you take it off, it's going to be very sharp. But when you're working on it, you're like, ah, I'm getting purple everywhere or whatever. But it's fine. And if you've noticed, like after I did that initial sort of patting the eyeshadow on, once I lay a powder base like that, I can sort of blend my colors a lot better, because now it's not sticking to that base anymore. Now it's just on top of other powders. So let's see. Kind of like that. That's kind of pretty. All right. So purple is really pretty. It's not as dark as I thought it was going to be, so I might use that other palette and see if there's a darker purple to do kind of my liner look. I'm going to go back to that original first pink and just sort of build that back up again, since it got a little blended out. And then that brush that I used for that sort of lavender color, I'm just gonna go back and soften the colors here. All right, so let's look at that other palette and see what I have to work with. Okay, here we go. There's a really like darker purple here, though. I'm gonna use that as more of my kind of eyeliner look. So I'm using let's see if I can find a good brush for that. I'm gonna use this little guy, this little kind of short, floofy dude. And we're gonna see how that looks. Okay, that's just a snitch darker, which is exactly what I wanted. Kind of using my finger again. Okay, I kind of like that. All right, so we're gonna go through again and kind of use that purple from the previous palette and kind of build that out again, kind of work all that together. And get that pink guy again. I'm not putting a lot on here when I'm doing this either, so it's not like I'm smooshing my brush around in there or anything. Okay, I'm really liking where this is going. So now I like to do a really light color up here, and I usually like to use a shimmer. So there's this really pretty light baby pink on here that I'm gonna use my finger because it's kind of a foil metallic, and brushes sometimes don't really pick that up very well, and just sort of drag my pinky along there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's just this shimmer. It's really pretty. I just always like to have that sparkle right under my eyebrow. I don't know why, just my thing. Cool. And then I like to do something kind of fun in the middle of my lid. So there is this shimmery purple that I'm gonna do kind of in the middle here. That's kind of fun. When it comes to makeup, sometimes I'm like a 12-year-old little girl who's like, oh, sparkles, I want to put all those sparkles on my face. And so here we are, me putting sparkles on my face. So yeah, I kind of like that. There's another darker kind of foil, so I wonder if maybe I can put that here. Yeah, the reason I like to use my fingers for a lot of these is that it's just easier to control. With brushes, they kind of pick up everything, but they don't really lay down the color accurately because of just the texture of the makeup. I don't know, it's weird. All right, so that, I think I kind of like that. I think I like it as it is. So one thing I might do, I don't know if I brought it down here, so we'll see. Also, Grogu bag, very cute. I have a couple eyeliners here that I might use. Let me see if I'm just gonna swatch on my hand. Let's see. Yeah, that should be a good color. I might do a little bit here if it'll even show up. Yeah, I guess it's very subtle. And these are also ColourPop. This purple one is called Piggy Bank. I use a lot of ColourPop products. They're really affordable, but the formulas are so good. Like I really like their eyeliners. I love their eyeshadows. Oh my god, I have so many of their palettes for eyeshadow. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so I think that's what I want to do. So what I'm going to do now is take the tape off. Whoop. And then you can see that there's that really, really nice divide there. I'm going to go in with a Kleenex and just sort of clean up, because I don't want to get any like powder mixed in with my concealer. And I'm not using a makeup wipe because I don't want to leave any makeup remover on my face, because that breaks down makeup, obviously. And once I put makeup on top of that, I don't want it to get weird. All right, so I got most of it. Yeah, so those are that's like the cut eyeliner sort of thing. I don't know. I like this look too, like especially if you do sort of the ombre and you use like a dark along here. You don't even really have to use eyeliner. Like I did it, but you can't really tell. So it's nice. You don't need to use eyeliner then. All right, so I'm gonna put my palette over here. All right, so now I'm gonna go on to the rest of my face. Next step is primer. And this one is, like I said, these are all like new products. So this one's YENSA Essential Glow Tone Up Primer. It's supposed to have like all sorts of good stuff in it. We'll see. So let's see how it looks. Oh, it's like foundation, kinda. Okay, so it's a color, which is weird. Most of my primers are not color. So we'll see how that goes. Question mark. All right. Kind of wonder how this would look on deeper skin tones then. It's kind of pale. But maybe it's not as pigmented. I don't know. Feels nice, but it feels more like a, I don't know, maybe it has to dry down a little bit. It feels more like a moisturizer than a foundation, or not a foundation, but a primer, because primers are supposed to be a little bit tacky. And what I usually use is the Tarte, oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called. There's a Tarte primer that I really, really like. And that one's very sticky. So if you've noticed, I'm not doing anything on my forehead because my hair covers my forehead. And anyone who's got bangs or hair that covers their forehead knows that you don't want to add any more oil than you need in that area because it's just going to lead to zits. And even though I am an old person, I still get tons of acne. So good times. All right. So that feels, I guess, all right. But it's weird. It feels more like a moisturizer than a primer. It's dewy, I guess. I don't know. Okay, whatever. We'll go with it. All right, so that's that. The next product that I use, I like to use the Benefit POREfessional pore primer. I like to call it like pore spackle because it's basically just, it fills in like large pores, and so it's kind of this neutral color. And I just kind of take a little pea-sized dab and then split it in half, and then just sort of tap it into where I have larger pores, which is just sort of this around the nose area. It's not too bad. And then just sort of let that settle in there. Gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm sniffly. Okay. So that's that. So then the foundation I'm gonna use is Honest Beauty Everything Cream Foundation. And I think the color is cream. I don't know. I tried it on my hand and it seemed like it would be a good color. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, maybe this is too dark. Like everything is too dark for me because I'm very pale. All right, so I've got a damp beauty blender here, and I'm gonna see if, because it's like a compact, so I've never used compact foundations, so we will see how that goes. This could go sideways real quick. And I'm having a hard time telling if this is actually doing anything. This is weird. I can't tell. I mean, that's good and bad. The fact that it's not like obvious that I'm putting foundation on, because then that would be the wrong color, but it just doesn't, I guess it is. I don't know. This is interesting. We'll see. We'll keep going. Worst case scenario, I've got other foundations. I guess it is working. I don't like to overdo it with foundation either because I'm lucky that my skin is pretty even toned. It's mostly like my cheeks that are kind of pink. So there's a little redness there, but yeah, I don't like to have it look like I painted my face with stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm just like, oh, if you're wondering what that noise is, that's Bucky playing with one of his toys. I just realized that I'm used to that noise, but you guys probably aren't. At least he's busy. I thought for sure he was gonna show his butt on the camera, and well, everybody wants to see that. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, I think it looks okay, I guess. I mean, the color is, I think, pretty good. I've been really having bad luck with foundation because nothing seems to look right on me, or it will look really good on some lighting, and then I look at pictures and I'm like, that's the wrong shade. So we'll see. So I'm gonna set this aside in case I need a touch up or something. Next thing is concealer. So I usually use Tarte's Shape Tape concealer, but I got this little sample of the Shape Tape Ultra Creamy concealer, and it's a little tiny guy. So we're gonna play around with that. And I use, oh gosh, this is so tiny, it's so cute. I just do a couple dabs here and a little dab here. That's the thing, you see a lot of people just cake on makeup and you don't need that much to cover things, you know, like it's just a little goes a long way, especially with some of these like higher end products. It's, I mean, for some of these I'm using the same tube for like 2 years, which is probably not something I should admit because I'm sure somebody's gonna yell at me about that. But yeah, this is nice. I do like the creamy. That's a good color. Man, sometimes these beauty boxes get the colors correct very, very well. All right. Oh, Bucky. So my biggest problem has always been my dark circles. I feel like they've gotten a little better as I've gotten older. But yeah, so I'm actually surprised how well that covered. So then I always do a little bit on my nose, which I know seems sort of weird, but that's sort of like where most of my oil shows up. So I kind of like to have some extra coverage. Cool. I think I got it. Alrighty. So I think I kind of like that. That seems to be doing all right. All right, so the next thing I'm going to use, another new product, is the OPV Beauty London Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. I have to take the little sticky thing off. All right, so let's get some powder out of there because it's not, oh, come on. Boop, 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 boop. All right. So we're going to use, oh, I meant to use this. I didn't. Okay, so I got this really cool, like, all-in-one brush thing in one of my beauty boxes. That's really cool. It's got a little beauty blender on one end, a powder brush on the other. You open it up and it's got, like, a little angled brush for, like, brows or whatever. And then it's got an eyeshadow brush. And it's really cute. So I'm just going to use this end for my powder. And I don't bake, which is, you know, putting tons of powder on and letting it sit. I just like to use a little powder to kind of get the tackiness out of my foundation. Oh, you know what? I should have covered up. Hold on. We're going to cover up that little blemish. Just a snitch. I feel like the coverage on with this Ultra Creamy isn't as good as the regular Shape Tape that I use. But, yeah, they didn't really do much. Okay. It's whatever. There's powder flying everywhere. Okay. Kind of like this powder though. Goes on really well. Yeah, I think the only thing is there's like weird things happening on my nose. Like this, the concealer or something isn't, I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. It's kind of patchy. It's weird. I don't know. It's hard to tell which product it is that I'm not sure about because I'm using so many new ones, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's that powder. That seems to be all right. We're gonna go with some blush, and this one is from NARS, and it's called Orgasm, and it's Orgasm. But it's a really highly reviewed blush, so we'll see how that goes. I do like NARS products, so we'll see. I like the matte black packaging. It's very nice. But it's, ooh, it's a really good, like, peachy pink. I feel like that's probably good for a lot of different skin tones. I'm looking for my blush brush. It's over here and I forgot to grab it. Ugh. All right. So we're just gonna take a little bit, because I have no idea how pigmented it is. And I'm just gonna go kind of along my cheekbone area. Oh, it's kind of pretty. That's pretty. It's kind of got like a rose gold look to it. I like it. So the reason I go up kind of by my temples is it sort of lifts. I don't really do a lot of contouring, not for my day-to-day makeup. I do it for my costume makeup, but I don't know, I don't like to take that extra time. So blush is kind of my way to contour subtly. I think it looks pretty natural. That's a really pretty color. Okay, I can see why people really like this. That's pretty. Okay, yep. I sound so silly when that's pretty. All right, so let's do that. That's good. All right, so this is another thing, like I don't really use this much, but I like to play around with them, and this is a highlighter palette. It's Ace Beauty. So again, I love Ace Beauty, and I feel like I'm gonna try everything of theirs. So, oops. So it's this, it's Glow Essentials. I have a little brush that I'm gonna use. I had a little brush I was gonna use. Here it is, okay. I'm gonna go with this one that's radiant, it's a pink. We're gonna just see. Oh, okay. That's pretty. Yeah, that's very pretty. Not too, I don't know, not too glittery, I guess. Sometimes these can be super glittery, which is fine if you want to look like that. If you're going for that glitter shimmer look, but I kind of don't always want that. Yeah, it's pretty subtle. And I think I like that. That beeping is my coffee maker telling me that it's no longer keeping my coffee warm. Okay, well, I kind of like that. It's very subtle. I don't think I really want to do much more than that. I don't need to be super glamorous today. All right, so then my next thing I'm gonna do, so I have that purple eyeliner. I'm just gonna go through and do a little bit on the corners here. Not anything too crazy. And luckily this purple pretty much matches that purple I was using for eyeshadow, so this works out really well. There we go. I don't normally like to go all the way across, like all the way over here, because it does make your eyes look like, I don't know, trapped or something. This kind of makes them look more wah. That's the scientific term is wah. All right, so this is another product that like a lot of people were like, this is the coolest. It's the best stuff ever. And it's Essence Lash Princess mascara. It's like $5 or something. But they had a waterproof one. And I like waterproof mascaras because my eyes water a lot. And this helps me from having the Tammy Faye Baker look or something. So this is the wand. It's kind of basic, but we're gonna see. This is nice. I thought it was gonna be a little chunkier. I did get a little bit on my lid. That's fine. We're gonna let it dry before I try to remove it. That's nice. We'll see if I need 2 coats. I don't know. The soundtrack of me putting on makeup is Bucky playing with his toys, apparently. You're welcome. Well, that's 1 coat. I mean, I like this a lot. It's not, like really clumpy or whatever. I don't know, this is nice. I like it. This is good. Definitely use this. All right, so pretty much have my face done. So my next thing is to do setting spray. And then I'll go on to my lips. I'm gonna see if my fan is charged up. It is, yeah. I have a fan to help me dry this down. This is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. It's one of my favorites. Should have removed that mascara that I got on my lid before I did this. Oh well, it's fine. So I bought this fan actually to bring to conventions when I'm overheated, and it works well for makeup too. So good purchase. Multitasking. All right. Cool. So let's see. That's a tiny bit of mascara on there. That's not even a big deal. It's pretty much gone. It's whatever. Okay. So for lips, I'm going to use the ColourPop Lippie Stix primer. And it's transparent. It's just a primer. Helps everything kind of stay. And then I'm going to use the Jonteblu lip liner pencil in Plum. And this is what always takes me the longest, is my stupid lipstick. It's because I don't know the shape of my lips. I just always figure it out as I go along because I'm like, I don't know. They're weird. Bucky? Is that you? Are you in the mirror? Buddy? Come here. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So lip liner isn't essential for, I think, a lot of people, but I like it because it stops the feathering that lipstick will have sometimes. For this particular lipstick I'm going to use, this is a little bit darker. So I'm kind of using it to sort of give that dimension to my lips. So I kind of feather it out. All right, so you can see it's kind of, it's whatever it is. It's doing something. It's something makeup-y, whatever. The lipstick I'm going to use is Fenty Beauty. Good Lord, I can't read that. Candy Venom. Okay, wow. So obviously made for people who have good vision still. But Fenty Beauty is Rihanna's brand, and she's got some really good stuff. I really like her lip products. Yeah, it's kind of a fun color. It's like a pinky red. It's kind of cool. I might go in and touch up that lip liner a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that. The liner I don't think is a good match for the lipstick. It's all I had that was kind of a pinky color. I apparently have 900 red or nude colored lip liners and not anything that's pink, so that's weird. Okay, so that's pretty much my makeup routine. I will, with other videos, I'll just, ooh, she's knocking things over. I will probably just do different looks and play around with different products and whatever. I mean, it's not really a tutorial. It's more of like, here's what I do. And it's either go ahead and do the same thing or find your own way, whatever. I mean, there's not really a right or wrong way to do things, really. So just have fun with it. But yeah, if you've got any questions about what I've done, or if you've got suggestions for things you want to see me do, I will at some point do my cat eyeliner, because a lot of people have asked me, like, how do you do that? And it's not as hard as it sounds, but I'll do that in a video too. And then I don't know, whatever you guys want to see, just let me know. But thanks for watching me get ready for the day, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.